Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 35 of the video series in which we create an entire video game from scratch in the C programming language. Last time we were working on a CSV parser to parse this tile map, which is this file right here, this TMX file, and we are basically just writing a function to open this file and parse it. And needless to say, if you watched the last episode, we're not writing a full-featured CSV parser at all. We're basically just doing the bare minimum amount of work required to load this file and get the info that we need out of it. We were using this substring function to locate the height and the width attribute, and then we're dynamically creating a tile map. Let's see. Where are you? Tile map. Yes, we're dynamically creating a two-dimensional array with the same dimensions as the tile map. So let's see. Here we go. Let's just continue down this road. So basically what we do is, we locate the width, we locate the height, so do some basic error checking if we can't locate the height and the width. And all that seems to be working fine. Yeah, I recall last time I left off with I was dynamically allocating memory for this tile map, for this array. And I think what I need to do here is I'm going to create a couple new variables that better describe what exactly I'm trying to do. Rows. Columns. Rows and columns. Okay. Let's go back down here. Okay, tile map dimensions, width and height. Okay, so what I need to do here Okay. And I think that is the correct amount of memory. We'll find out. Let me reset bytes read to 0 and now what I'm about to do is going to be pretty cheesy, I think. But I don't care. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I want to get my cursor, my file read cursor, to the beginning of this data. And so I think to do that, I'm going to find the first comma in the file, because there are no commas anywhere in any of this stuff. There's no commas, and I don't think it's even possible for any of these to have commas in them. So yeah, I'm just going to find the first comma, and then I'll know once I've found the first comma character, I just back up one. And although I can't just back up one character, because what if this is like 2 digits, then I have to back up 2 characters. So I could just get to the first comma and then rewind to the next like new line character. Show all symbols, show all characters. There we go. Yeah, see, there's a CR, carriage return, line feed. These are 2 bytes that are invisible. Right. Alright, so I think if I do something like Okay, a new line or line feed is 0xa. What is the carriage return, or D? Okay. I'm going to run that and see what it gets us. Looks perfect. See, because now the cursor starts at 2. So I think that gets us exactly what we need. The only problem is I don't want this to turn into an infinite loop. So okay. All right, now it's time to start filling up that array that we created. So we know that each row in the file is going to end with a CRLF, those 2 bytes. Oh, let me think. You know what? Let's see. Works exactly the same. It's just makes my intent a little more clear. And this marks the end of the data. That angle bracket. That's weird that there appears to be one less number on that line. I don't understand that. Buffer 0. Buffer. Convert. So you guys probably already know this, but the continue and the break keywords, they affect the innermost for or while loop that they're inside of. So if I put continue right here, it's going to continue at the next iteration of this loop because it's the innermost loop, right? Whereas if I hit break right here, it'll break out of this for loop, and then it will continue on the next iteration of that for loop. So I think this is correct. So if if what I just did doesn't make any sense to you, basically my idea is to start reading in these characters, and as soon as I find a comma, that's when I know that I'm at the end of that. Because like I don't know I can't assume that it's going to be. I can't assume how many digits it's going to be because it could be tile 1, it could be tile 10, it could be tile 100. So it could be 1 digit, 2 digits, 3 digits, maybe someday even 4. So I don't know how long the tile is going to be or how many digits it's going to be. So basically I'm just scanning until, I mean, it's not going to be more than 8 characters, right? But I'm scanning until I find a comma. And if I don't find a comma, then I'm storing it. I'm storing the digit. I'm storing the digit into the temp buffer string, and then finally, once I have found either a comma or that angle bracket that represents the end of the data, right? Remember, there was an angle bracket down at the very bottom that marks the end of our tile map data. I'm storing that in there, and then I'm just converting it from ASCII to integer, and I'm sure that is going to complain. So I think that's good. Let's run it and find out. Okay, it didn't crash. It's a good sign. Copy value. Look at it. No, not that. Erase that. Okay, here's our tile map. Actually, this would probably be row 1 of our tile map. I guess it's not contiguous in memory. All right, I think we're done with this. So let me go to create a new header file, and I'm going to call it files.h. Add tile grass 01 is 1, right? Define tile water 01 is 2. What I want to do is I want to create like an array of all of the tiles that you can walk on. I probably will have to expand it a bit to like some tiles you can walk faster, some tiles will slow you down. Like if you're walking across the grass, you'll walk at full speed. If you're walking through the mountains, you can still go, but your character will move slower while you're walking over the mountains. Things of this nature. All right, I'll go to main.c. Okay, tiles.h. And I guess this is going to be and for now it only has grass 01 in it, but as we add more tiles, I'll add more stuff to that array. Alright, now I'm going to go down to Overworld. And I can already tell you that I made a mistake by putting this here. I'm going to need to put it in here instead, in the H file. Passable tiles. Okay, now we're in overworld.c. And I'm going to enhance this Okay, we're going to create a Boolean can move to desired tile. Now we're going to do a for loop. We're we're going to scan through all of the passable tiles. I don't understand that error. Let's ignore it for now. All right. If so, where do we store that tile map? It's in overworld1 dot tile map. Layer. World position, which I don't think we ever assigned to. Oh, forgot to make it an array. Okay, I moved this variable to overworld.h instead of having it in main.h. Alright, I created a world position. I don't like the way this is going, by the way. I don't know if I want that to be there. We'll deal with it later, though. Let's get to initialize hero. The initialize hero function, sound engine, initialize hero. So here's the entire world. Now, since we are starting in the upper left-hand corner, which is right up here, let's say that this right here, this area is our screen, and all of this is the rest of the entire overworld that is off the screen. But since we're starting here, we can start world position and screen position are going to be the same. However, if our guy walks over here, he's now one screen over. He's going to have a world position that is like of a higher x coordinate than you could ever have over here, right? But the screen position, this is still a 0, 0 screen position, and this is still a 384 by 240 screen position. So that's all I mean by screen position and world position being different. And I doubt I'll start the character whenever the game is like actually finished. He probably won't start in the upper left hand corner, but for now we're just going to start him in the upper left hand corner. So screen position and world position are the same. Okay. This is going to have to change at some point, probably pretty soon. Because I'm going to, at some point, have a situation where again, this is the entire world, and let's say you're somewhere in the middle of the map. So here's the screen size right there. There's your monitor. The camera won't move if your guy is like somewhere towards the center of the screen, somewhere in this vicinity. But once your character moves here to the edge, it's going to start panning the whole thing to the left. So this logic isn't going to hold up. We're going to have to change it for sure. But for now, let's just deal with it. Okay, and this index actually needs to be +1. So the idea, what we're trying to do is, remember now that we have this tile map in memory, which is a two-dimensional array, and so we still have the concept of rows and columns. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to decide if I am pushing the down key, so I want to walk down. So I need to figure out if the tile below me is passable or not. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, if and move to desired tile is true, break. There we go. If can move to desired tile, then we'll do all that. We're going to do the exact same thing for left key is down. So only instead, this is left, so we need to decide if the tile on our left is passable or not. So remove that, and we'll do -1. Alright, let's do, we'll do if can move to desired tile. Okay, all good. This is in the right direction. So take this off again, and we'll do +1, and if can move, then we'll do that, and finally we need the up direction, can move to desired tile, so we'll do -1. And if can move. Okay. I think we're ready to try this out finally. See what we're looking like on time. We're getting pretty close to an hour. Alright, let's run this and see what happens. Interesting. That made no sense to me at all. I have no idea what just happened. Okay. That was really weird. Oops. World pose. Alright. What I need to do is go back here. Wherever game state is. So I guess game state was only working because it was initialized to 0, which starts us on the opening splash screen. So I think that was actually working by accident, basically. That's interesting. So it's actually stopping me right there. Interesting. I can't move down. I can't move left. I don't know if I have my X's and Y's mixed up, but I don't think so. I'm going to try to draw some debugging information here. Going to be G overworld by 1 dot tile map dot map needs to be divided by 16. $384 divided by 16 is 24 tiles. 240 divided by 16 is 15. Value buffer radix. Oh my goodness. This is value, buffer count. None of this makes any sense to me. So now I'm printing the value of the tile on each one of the tiles, but it doesn't, I did something wrong. Definitely did something wrong here, because not only okay, definitely not making any sense. Huh. Okay, this was not successful, but yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. I'm going to have to think about what I did wrong here. Anyway, so as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to see me continue development of this game, if you like the way this is going, please like and subscribe and tell your friends. If you have any questions or comments, of course, as always, leave your questions and comments on the video, and I will address any interesting comments in an upcoming episode. Also, don't forget that we have a GitHub repository that I keep updated alongside these episodes so that you can clone the repository and follow along at home. And now I just need to figure out what I did wrong here. I guess I loaded the tile map incorrectly. I might have switched. I might have gotten my columns and rows backwards. There's plenty of things that could have gone wrong, so it's just going to take some debugging. But anyway, we'll have it figured out soon enough. Anyway, until next time, have a good weekend. Bye.